Yeah.
Rico got that fire.
Yeah, money make the motion, got hood make the money. And bitch, I'm from the trenches, I'm trying to see 100. Ain't never been a bitch, you can't take nothing from me. And when I was a youngin', I swear I stayed on me. I'm on a mission, got me cooking in the kitchen. Bitch, I leave my pots dirty, let my hype scrape the dishes. I'm familiar with that dope, and I know that rutabaga. You ain't get no money if you don't keep a group of haters.
All right, man. Welcome to the 290 Mo podcast. I appreciate you, brothers' time. If you could, introduce yourself and my viewers and listeners.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy AMB Dirk Money.
It's your boy Darcenio, man. What's up, man?
AMB Dirk Money. Now, I was thinking that, short. As soon as you say that, short, your ass do look like Dirk. I'm sure it is. Do that got anything to do with it? I'm sure your ass do look like Smirk.
Get that all the time.
All the time.
Oh,
All the
sure.
time. I wouldn't need the rap if how many times I heard that.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
So, let's start there. Let's talk about the name, man.
The name?
Yeah.
AMB Dirk Money?
Yeah.
He went. Nah, Dirk Money came from when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Really started my high school. I ain't really one like quiet, laid back kid. So like everybody was walking up to me like, "You look like Lil Dirk. You look like Lil Dirk. You look like Lil Dirk." That's all from females and niggas. So I just like never introduced. They never to this day probably still don't know my first name.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody just saw me like, "Hey, that's Dirk. That's Dirk. That's Dirk." So it just like
It's stuck.
made it a nickname. And I mean, I really didn't have no other choice. You know what I'm saying? It's not even just at school. It was happening on the streets.
Mm-hmm.
Like everywhere I went, it was like.
Okay.
So that's how they really like. So I just made it like, yeah.
So what exactly is AMB and who exactly is bro you got with you?
AMB is I got talking to the camera.
It's up to you, bro.
Oh. That's just the angle. That's why I was like, but like AMB is my ambition to motivate my business. It's a movement where you find your purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And Darcenio, actually my cousin, but my partner / manager. And we right now just pushing the movement. And I'm the artist. He an artist as well, but he's taking on the manager role right now.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, bro, man. What you bring to the table in the managerial position? You know what I'm saying? That bro felt like, you know what I'm saying, that he needed you right there.
Well, I mean, this is really like we've been knowing each other since we was born. So it's like just by the type of person I am and how I carry myself, professionally, how I present myself, to him and to other people around us. It's like he came to me like, he wanted me to be my manager because, how I think, how I move, I'm smart, so I don't really be trying to be in no BS. So it's like just by me just playing this managing role, it's just like anybody else, I just want to see him win, so it's like we family too. So it's like, it's not only just, I'm doing it for him, I'm doing it for me too. So it's like, it's not even no favor, it's just like, the same way he chasing his dream is like how I'm chasing my dream, just to, see how we gonna tackle this shit, and the music good, so it's like I believe in it, so it's like just by me playing that managing role, I just put my all in it, just like if he would, sometimes I do music, but, I'm just getting into that, but, more than anything, I just play the managing role, just trying to help myself win, help my family win, so we can, take care of this.
And the add on to why I chose him is because of, like he said, we grew up together. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we on the same page. It's hard to do business with people. Everybody got their own personality, how they view things. You know what I'm saying? When you want to like build a team or you build like a business, it takes sacrifice. It takes us getting on the same page. So that's the confidence I got in as him being my cousin. Also grew up with me, and also a lot of one-on-one conversations where we got on the same page, and he see a vision, just like I said. That's all you got to do is really see the vision, and that's it's gonna do it. It's gonna speak for itself. It's gonna make you move and think how you supposed to think when you see the vision.
Making those compromises.
So it's like that's my reason that I chose him as well, because he understands and he see a vision, and he also not just biased because I'm his cousin, but also like you got to get credit when the credit is due, and like
for sure.
he know what we capable of doing. So
And I'm glad I'm glad you touched on the being biased part. So what's a disagreement look like between you two since y'all family? You know what I'm saying? I know it's got to be different. You know what I'm saying? Since y'all family and like with a regular business party, you gotta handle it differently. So I'm like, man, you tripping?
I mean, it's just like if we wasn't even doing music, you know, if
right.
like if we had a disagreement, like, you know, like we just gonna talk about it, you know, like to the point we gonna come to a better understanding, you know. So it's like if we ever had a disagreement about something, it ain't like we just left it at that and just kept on moving on with life. You know, we if we had a disagreement, we talked about it, we understood what we needed to do, and we executed that way. You know, so it's like just by us, you know, doing this music thing, we taking care of business too on the side. It's like we understand the whole concept of this. You know, you know, we know what we want to do. You know, so that's why I just try to make sure I got a better understanding. You know, just really hearing his point of view, and then, you know, he taking the time to hear what I really got to say and how we need to execute everything when we are taking care of business. So
And then so it's like saying the we have conversations. Our conversations be different. Like our conversations where we be like educating each other. Like, bro, I understand. You know what I'm saying? This is going on, and we gotta do this though. And like we have conversations where we motivate each other. That's what our disagreement conversations be like. Like it's be like motivational conversations. More so just, what I'm saying, like he said, hearing what his point of view and he hearing my point of view, and we being able to like step away from our prides and like knowing what's the truth. The truth is the truth, you know what I'm saying, and what we need to do, because it's bigger than us, it's bigger than music, you know what I'm saying, like he spoke on earlier.
Vision.
It's about the vision and knowing what we're doing it for. You know what I'm saying, what's our purpose. Just like AMB More Life, you know what I'm saying, we presented something, out there that's just powerful. It's bigger than music, you know what I'm saying, it's a movement. It's about you finding your purpose. There's a lot of people out there that's, you know what I'm saying, clueless and helpless, and, you know what I'm saying, we come from those environments where we don't have no stand-up leaders in our families or in our communities. So it's like, for us to take the time out to plan this out and jump out here and present this to y'all and be more life, we just know what it takes. It's more than just, you know what I'm saying, those little conversations we had, them little disagreements. We know it's things way bigger than that. So when we do face those problems, or when we do come to those type of times, we know like, all right, we know what the initiative we have to take to be able to get past this. And that's the importance of it, because the bigger the dream, the bigger, you know what I'm saying, bigger the vision, what we need to do to execute it, because it's not about me, it's not about him. It's about those that's coming behind us. It's about those that's out there that need the help, that need the inspiration. So that's like our mindset. That's why I say our conversations be different, because we give those perspectives. So we get those understandings. So when we do face those problems, it's like, all right, I know what, like, I can't just be myself. I can't go about it how I want to go about it. It's like, yeah, you're right. You know what I'm saying? The best important thing, like I said, we grow with each other. Like, meaning like stepping away from our pride. As a man, we big on pride. You know what I'm saying? So another man telling me this and that, you don't want to listen to another man or this, but understanding what the biggest purpose is, it takes a real man to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, bro, you're right. You know what I'm saying? We do got to do this. You know what I'm saying? You're right. You know what I'm saying?
and some people, they be scared to tell people like they wrong. Definitely. And it's like, I don't ever understand that. It's like when they feel like it's money involved, they scared to tell somebody if they doing something wrong, or if this not right for them or something like that. Like, just because whatever the whole reason behind that, like it just be kind of weird to me. It's like, if you feel like if somebody doing something wrong or they moving the wrong way, you feel me, just tell them that. Don't be scared to open your mouth, and just because it's money involved and you don't want that person to feel some type of way about you, to the point they don't want to be messing with you no more, because you're gonna miss out on something. And it be a lot of that going on in the world, and it be kind of weird too that it be hard to understand that.
And the concept of what we doing is to become, bosses of our own.
For sure.
So I'm gonna talk to him like a boss. I'm gonna hold him accountable as a boss. You know what I'm saying? Vice versa to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to more elaborate on what I'm just saying is, like, when he's in a situation where he's, you know what I'm saying, he feeling some type of way, something might not be going right in his life. You know what I'm saying? You know how those emotions we all got.
Life.
I'm gonna talk to him as a not just a cousin, but like as a man to man and tell him like you gonna go through those problems for the rest of your life.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? That you got to
part of
understand.
life.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. You got to understand the being able to balance between the two because we're doing this not just to be doing it. You know what I'm saying? We're doing this to fix those flaws that we got in our lives. We're doing this to fix those
Right,
situations
curses.
that we in. So this movement we got, AMB More Life, is the creation of becoming the person you envision for yourself. I can't tell him who he's gonna turn out to be, but I just know I'm living in my purpose. That's why I don't look at myself as a musician. Even though I'm doing music, I look at it's natural to me. Like this is who I am. Like the way I'm talking. If you go listen to my music, this is how I'm talking in my music. You know what I'm saying? Just natural, authentic. You know what I'm saying? Because I found my purpose. One of my purpose is my leadership skills and being able to bring people together with my voice. The way I can just take over a room, you know what I'm saying? How I can grasp it, I can paint a picture and make it, clearly, like paint it clearly. So that's the whole point of the whole movement and be more life, you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm gonna hold him accountable for. That's why I'm gonna hold anybody else that's out there that's inspired by the movement, that comes around, that want more for themselves. That's the whole. It comes with like everything starts within. Like basically, what I'm trying to tell you, like everything starts within the whole mindset. Before the fame, the money, everything. You have to work on self.
No, for sure. I definitely draw. And what I want to know how we get here, man, because, it's a lot of brothers, who afraid to think like that, who afraid to, or just don't know. So if you don't mind, I want to know how we get here. So I want to start with where y'all from, man, where y'all grow from, where y'all grew up, where y'all come from, man.
I got to shout out a couple areas.
So I'm the same way.
I got to shout out a couple areas. Chicago,
For sure.
being one. My family, we from Westside, K-Town.
Yeah.
And also I want to shout out my city, Aurora. Grew up on Aurora. Also want to shout out Southside Chicago. Spend a lot of time out there with my cousins and them. And yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So I got to shout out a couple areas. I can't just really pinpoint one.
I feel you. I've been considering like a name change for the podcast, even though out west home base, I lived all over Chicago. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely understand that. What about you, bro?
I'm from Chicago too, from the west side of Chicago. Grew up on 15th to Kedzie. Then moved over there on 13th to Millard. So
Yeah, still right there.
yeah, so I was staying over there with my granny. So that's really where I'm from. Love being from Chicago, man. It's a lot of things that makes this city good.
Yeah, for sure.
than what is being presented to out here in the public. So
That's why I always ask people where they come from, because it be good people, you know what I'm saying? Smart people, you know what I'm saying? People who got shit going on that's from, you know what I'm saying, these concrete jungles and shit. So
yeah,
that's definitely dope. What was your experience like growing up? Like, what was your aspirations like when they was like, bro, you could be anything you want to be, you know what I'm saying? What you think?
What I spoke on earlier. I didn't grow up like that though. I grew up in environments which you can understand where it wasn't too many stand-up people to be able to say like what I want to be.
Mm-hmm.
I was just living in the moments where adapting to my environment around me. You know what I'm saying? Because I grew up without a father.
You still want one of them choices like, I want to be that. Even
I want to
with
be.
that shit
Yeah,
you saw,
I said I want to be like. But it's different now. Like it's here my drive now for music because I see something way different. I experience things. You know what I'm saying? I got a chance to see things. So my drive is kind of different where I want for music now. Back then, I couldn't drive on nothing because of my environment. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't focus enough on one thing because I had my mom. She in and out of hospitals. You say you got to deal with real life situations where your mom in and out of hospitals. You know what I'm saying? Your childhood friends coming up, in the system, or they, killed, and then you got an escape route, which was basketball for me, but I jeopardized that because of my environment overpowered it, my drive for it. I have the love for the game of basketball, but I will not lie to myself and say my environment overpowered that. So I was really more of my environment than what I was supposed to have been for basketball. So
I can definitely relate because I love football. High school football, best time of my life, shorty. But I was just in love with the streets, shorty. It was
You know what
like
I'm
soon after
saying?
football practice and season over, I'm back.
You know what I'm saying?
Lord.
That's like I said, that's why we do what we do now because it's not too many stand up good people out here where they actually taking a different route. You know what I'm saying? But you have to go through that to understand that. I saw both sides of the tracks. You know what I'm saying? Like I saw the struggle, you know what I'm saying? But I also saw, a better living condition. You know what I'm saying? A better environment. So now it's like understanding that, going through that, been through that, seeing this more life. That's the whole thing of what we represent. The seeing the more life. So that's why, it's not the end of the world for me. Even though I can say what I said, like I wanted to be a basketball player, that's why I don't feel discouraged about it or feel any type of way about it because it's life, and you have to be in my shoes to understand what I was up against to be able to judge me off that. So like, I'm acceptance to it, and now I'm just being that inspiration for those kids in those environments that I did touch on that know me or come from where I come from. So they need that, you know what I'm saying? Like one of my songs off my EP called Fighting Depression. People seeing me doing all this big stuff. Like I attended the BET Awards this year. Just doing a lot of stuff that's big and major that we used to imagine back in those environments. I'm being their hope and their inspiration, and like, you know what I'm saying, putting out a song called Fighting Depression and seeing how people coming out and, speaking the truth, like, oh, I'm fighting depression right now. It's just like it's a beauty thing that to see what you're doing with your time and how I'm putting it out there and how it's, making someone else feel confident to be able to speak on depression, because those are things that easily that we can, come across than
Motherfuckers can relate
not
to.
not then going through life where everybody put on his mask where nothing is going on in their life, they happy. It's very easy for depression. You can fall into depression. So that's what I use for my music, to be able to talk about the struggle. And the struggle is not about those projects, you know what I'm saying? It's about the mindset, the things that we go through on a day-to-day basis. That's why I spoke on saying that my environment overpowered my drive for the game of basketball, because in real life, that's what really can really happen to you. You in those environments where all this is going on.
That's what happened.
You know what I'm saying? It's real. So that's why I spoke on it. And that's why, like, my music is the way it is, though. Like, the way I talk, the way my whole swag is, because of I come from that. I've been through those times where you had to get yourself through those times when you don't have that support system. You don't have that leadership in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? You don't have that father figure. You know what I'm saying? So I gotten through those times to understand what I was up against and what I just overcame. So now in the future, I can take that knowledge and, like, you know how they say the saying of turning a negative to a positive. So knowing what you know and knowing that, knowing the feelings of going through it, like in the future how you can just it make it easy for you to maneuver, because you know what not to do
For sure.
and who not. You know what I'm saying? Just how to move.
So did you always see yourself like in some type of manager position, or what was your thoughts? You know what I'm saying, coming up over there on Miller? Because I know that's a real famous block when you say that name. So
Man, nah, I ain't never seen myself being no manager. I mean, I seen myself being a boss, for sure, for sure. But as like when I was a kid, man, like, it was just like any other kid. You would see something, you would probably see it on TV or something like that, one of your favorite shows, and then you would just be like, just because it look cool, because it's your favorite show, you just like, oh, I want to do that, just because it look cool or whatever. But it's like, just like, when you just being outside, being with your friends and stuff like that, you really get lost in that stuff, because it's like you just really outside enjoying yourself, for the time well being. And then, sometimes, life just catch up to you fast, and then all right, now you gotta, shift gears, and, now you gotta figure out what you really need to do with your life, So it's just like, just by just by me living over there ain't really block my goals and nothing like that, So it was just like I was really like wiser, So it was like it was easy for me just to just think straight and be like, all right, okay, I know what I need to do. I can't really get caught up in street stuff, just because I wasn't even really trying to live that life. I was surrounded by it, but it wasn't like I never let it, pull me in,
Sure.
So it was just like I just really had better intentions for me, and then I had my granny around me, so she really was like really on it, and my mama and stuff like that. So it was like they really had better intentions for me to do. So it was like just by me growing and stepping into this music and doing music, so it's like it's I like it, so it's just like, okay, now I feel good about something, I'm feeling I'm chasing my dreams, so it's like I got a goal I want to reach, and I'm just gonna achieve that for those expectations in life. So it's good, so I mean, life just being a kid, and from what I am today right now, I'm grateful for it, just to be in this situation, and just to be here with him. We did a lot from since we was kids up until now. So it's just like, and for us to keep going, it's just gonna be even great. But we just gonna create a lot more opportunities. So it's just like we just getting started right now. So
For sure. That's dope. So let's take a leap, man. I want to know what happened in between, you feeling like, being a product of your environment, to gaining the mindset you got now. Like, was it a certain event, did something happen in your life? Like, I gotta change this, I gotta do that. Like,
It was a collective of events.
how do we get here?
It was a collective of events. Really, I moved from out my environment. I moved from out of Aurora back to Chicago, and like, zero friends, nobody, and I had to think about basically had time alone to myself finally to be able to say like what you want to do in life. You know what I'm saying? Just looking at everything for what it is. I was in a family where my oldest sister was the only one that graduated high school. You know what I'm saying? It's me and 5 other siblings. So like I was just thinking about my life on a different level, like just what do I really want for myself, because I was like in that position where I was able, like I didn't have no distractions around me. So just those days alone, I was just, every day was thinking about what I want to do, thinking about how I made choices and I didn't see no good results from it, just comparison, contrasting everything, just having better on my mind, but also thinking, going through that transitional phase where I didn't have friends, I didn't have no, girlfriend, I didn't have nobody around me to, I was able to think for myself. Like I was able to like, all right, okay, what's up, man? Like who am I? You know what I'm saying? So the whole coming up, one day I came up with the AMB More Life, you know what I'm saying, off J. Cole, really. J. Cole played a part. When I got in tune with J. Cole, he helped me see like more life. Like he helped me see like I can be way more than who my environment. Cause I really just thought my environment was like it, because we didn't have nobody who made it out, you know what I'm saying, who did it right in front of us. I didn't have it in my household. The closest thing I knew that made it out from like anybody I knew personally was like Ryan Boatwright. He was a basketball player. Went on to do great things in life. So like, but we wasn't like close, like you know what I'm saying. It was like a coming to his basketball game, and you know what I'm saying, that was it. You know what I'm saying. You just knew that he was doing something great in life. So that was like the closest thing I had. But other than that, it was the time I had to spend alone. Had to get myself through those nights, like really sitting in my problems, really like going through what's good for me and what's not for me, what choices I made, that what did I gain out of that, just really going through that. And I spent a lot of time, and I sacrificed like a lot, like going out to partying and going out doing this. I spent time just locked in on myself, knowing what I wanted to do, because I looked around. It was based off upon looking around my environment, looking at my circumstance. Like, shit, mom still going through health problems. My older sister was the only person that graduated high school, and shit, we still in the struggle. So it's like, it's either like you want to continue this what you going, you know what I'm saying, or you going better. And to want better, you got to start thinking better. You got to start moving better, talking better, dressing better. You know what I'm saying? So I put myself in an uncomfortable position where everything was foreign to me. You know what I'm saying? Even listening to J. Cole was foreign to me. I just knew like if I started the move that way, I was gonna see different results. So that's all it really was is, you know, knowing if you want better, you have to do better, and really actually understanding that, like actually changing the comfortable habits I had, like what I was used to. I had to really change that. Like I went without smoking. Like I used to love smoke. Now I stopped smoking. I used to love the party. I used to like, you know what I'm saying? I was a ladies man. I used to love all the women. Now I stopped. I barely communicate with a lot of women now. So it's like just sacrificing what you was comfortable doing for something better. And what that did was got me focused, and it trained myself to be focused, and it trained myself to have that discipline. Because all this drive is really discipline.
Mm-hmm.
It's really discipline. So it just training myself for what I wanted to be, the man I wanted to be in the next 10 years. So if it was music, if it was whatever I was doing, it was just more so I wanted to be the man. I knew how I wanted to stand up for myself. Like I knew how I want to walk these streets. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be a stand-up guy. I wanted to have a clear mindset. I wanted to be able to think outside of my environment. I wanted to be able to have a heart. I wanted to be able to, like, you know, grow. I want to have friends. I want the whole lifestyle of what I should have been based upon what I grew up in. Because in the ruthless environments, you don't have too many friends.
Sure.
You don't have too many close to anything. Ain't nothing really. You used to liars. You know what I'm saying? People that's snakes. You know what I'm saying? All you used to that. You know how to maneuver through all that. But like, you want this though. You actually want friendships. You actually want to get married one day. You actually want to have, you know, be rich and have cars and cribs and have stuff. You know, you actually want something. So to be able to want that, you got to be able to sacrifice that lifestyle that you was comfortable with or used to, or the mindset you had. You got to be able to think differently. That's how you be able to, you know, be able to move to that direction.
Just to get value out of life.
You got to think like that.
Up until this point, what role was music playing in your life? Just to backtrack a little bit, like what involvement did music have in your life coming up until this point?
Therapeutic for me. Like I said, I use it as a journal. I mean, like a diary type. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I talk to myself. It's basically like just to keep me reminded of who I am and what I was. That's the way.
What I mean, so more specifically, you know, music is a big part in everybody's life, I'm pretty sure, you know what I'm saying, one shape, form, or fashion. But when did you was like, all right, now I want to, you know what I'm saying, create, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, when my brother went to jail. My brother went to jail, and I only got one brother, one blood brother. And I thought I was for to lose him to the system. He was doing music before me, Ben Black.
Shout out Ben Black.
And I thought I was going to lose him. You know what I'm saying? We close like that, and that was my way of coding. You know what I'm saying? I picked up his Android at the time, and I saw all his raps through the notes, and I just remember just like that was my way of just knowing like he probably right here, like I was writing through his notes, notepad, just writing music, and down the line I ended up falling in love with it. So that was then like the kickoff of why I started music, because I was really coding with losing my brother to the system, because I thought he was gonna be gone for years and years. So it's like that was something he was doing. That's something he loved to do. Me, I was a ball player. I didn't care for music. I loved to listen to him. I was his biggest fan to this day. Still his biggest fan. But that was something that was just I was doing because I didn't want to just to have my brother there with me. You know what I'm saying? Just something that just trying to get the feel if he was still like right there. You know what I'm saying? Because he loved music and he used to just spit his music to me. Well, he would write his music. I see him doing it. So I'm like, I know when I was doing it, was like, it just felt like, to me, it felt like he was still there, you know what I'm saying, with me.
So if I'm not mistaken, you say you don't consider yourself a recording artist.
Yeah, I don't consider myself a musician or artist.
So when you coming up with AMB, was music always involved? Like, what was the original goal? What was the original blueprint for AMB, and how did music ended up coming involved with it?
The original blueprint was my mentorships. That's what I'm working on. I want to be a mentor one day. I want to be an advocate in the community. That's what the whole thing before music. That was the goal. Down the line, I'm gonna have mentorships all over the world. In those ruthless environments. Music became because of the voice. The way I speak, and like I said, the impact with my brother situation. It just came together where, okay, now I'm starting to like the right music now. Now I'm starting to understand music now. The whole step and process of the creative world of music, and that's what it was like. All right, let me add on to what I'm doing in real life, as far as like pushing a clothing brand or just being an advocate in the community. I was like, I feel like the music is the number one influences in life. Like we go to music when we going through emotions, we go to music. That's how we get in slangs. You know what I'm saying? We go to music. People even find out information that people beefing and all that going. People like, so music is like the number one influencer. So I was like, you know what? The movement I'm pushing is so positive and so powerful. It's bigger than music. It's bigger than us. I was like, all right, let me go step in that lane and add on to what I'm doing. So that's all I was really doing, is adding on to what I'm doing. So I stepped in the lane with music, and I started pushing this powerful message like I'm doing through my actions and with the movement. And it's like all coming together. It's really adding on. That's why I said I don't look at myself as a musician, because my go-to is not just music. You know what I'm saying? My go-to is really pushing a positive movement, because my real goals is to have mentoring programs. I want to own mentoring programs, you know what I'm saying, all over the world. You know what I'm saying? I want to be involved, and feel me, in that, you know, changing these environments and being able to add my, you know, my opinion on things of working for better for the world. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to individual change the world. I'm just trying to do my part. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I found my purpose, and my purpose is natural, what I'm doing now, being able to speak, you know what I'm saying, life into those that need to hear this, or being able to share my music or my thoughts, you know, on them beats, and they hearing it and they've been able to feel it, and it's able, you know, it's enabling them to feel those feelings that they lost. Like, people need that love, you know what I'm saying, that being able to feel that feel again, because a lot of people go through so much stuff and they lose that feeling of that. So that's what we all stand for: positivity, and on a whole nother level, not just positivity, just being able to understand the world. So make it like we all relatable, because it's so distance from this person and this person that they making it like we all ain't from this same universe. You know what I'm saying? So it's like me putting out, coming from environments, also seeing the other side of the track, where I can understand those people mindsets, and I can understand those people mindsets, while I'm coming together, where I'm trying to bring them together. I'm trying to let them know they know difference from each other. You know what I'm saying? It's no difference. They can be able to sing the same song. They can be able to walk on the same sidewalk. They can be able to be friends. They can be able to have conversations. It just, I be having these conversations with a lot of different people. It just really just comes to the point where the way your mind set up, like I said, you could be the richest person, the most popular person, you could be whatever, but it don't mean you happy. And that's what the whole importance of what I'm doing is, you know, showing them that I come from this, but I'm rich at heart. And you could probably like feel the energy where like, oh man, he don't relate to us no more. Look how he moving. Look what he doing. Like, nah, it's still, I'm still being the same person, but I'm really showing them that it's no difference between what we seeing on TVs or we seeing on social sites with the whole, you know, the image they present. Is no difference. It's just real life. It's just people, the internet messed all that up. But I'm doing my part, where I'm showing them, I'm rapping about it. I'm actually speaking about it. It's consistent. You know what I'm saying? It's authentic. It's genuine. The right intentions, like everything that people lost in their time in their life that they want to gain back. I'm doing that right now. I'm like being a demonstration of that. Like pushing that whole movement, the way I talk, the way I dress, everything. Like seeing it on all different levels, on all across the board. Like it's not just this area, this area, this area. No, on all across the board, on all levels, I'm showing how simple it really is. Like it's not no difference in a hood, a guy that come from the hood, and a guy that don't come from the hood. Like I'm showing that. Like I'm showing that I can be relatable to the guy that don't come from the hood, and I can be related to the guy that come from the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like it's no difference, but you know what I'm saying? That stopped the whole, you know what I'm saying? I just stopped that. You know what I'm saying? That's just all the mindset, the way the mind set up, but you can't blame those people if they never seen nothing good. You know what I'm saying? You can't blame those people if they never went through that struggle. So it's like, me, I'm like that demonstration, like that, bringing them together like that, You know what I'm saying? I know me as a one can't do it, but that's why it's the movement. You know what I'm saying? Because it's for those that want better that's gonna join the movement. And it's for those that uneducated that's gonna join the movement. And it's for those that inspired that's gonna join the movement. And it's for those that's with the movement that's gonna spread the movement.
Let's before you get up out of here, let's talk about one of the ways you use to demonstrate, you know what I'm saying, what you pushing with your EP, man. If you could, real quick, go into a synopsis of the EP, you know what I'm saying, what people who haven't heard it can expect, you know what I'm saying, what you felt when you was putting it together, and the ultimate thing you hope to get up out of it.
With the EP, I wanted to give up what it gave. I wanted to be able to send a message without having to do too much talking about each song. I wanted to put out a project where we saying a real project. We hearing real music. You know what I'm saying? Music have substance. You know what I'm saying? Message, growth. You know what I'm saying? Feelings.
Lasting music.
Yeah, lasting music. You know what I'm saying? So what I want people to get out the EP is a good time. You know, getting back to enjoying real music. Get back to enjoying real music. Also, it changed the perspective on how they think. You know what I'm saying? However they think, and I know when you listen to music, it kind of like have you reflect. You listen to music that have you reflecting on life, or you'll do a list of music that, oh yeah, I understand where he's coming from. So that music, get back to like listening to good music that got meaning in it.
Okay. Let me ask you this. You know what I'm saying? When you speak on, you know what I'm saying, having good music with substance, you know what I'm saying, pushing the message, can we, you know what I'm saying, still expect to hear something, you know what I'm saying, to ride to, something to hear to play in the club, you know what I'm saying? Or is that something that you know what I'm saying, you're not interested in?
See, I mean, I gotta go listen to the EP.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you can go do whatever you want with those songs in any type of environment. If you want to go play To Be Loved, that's one of the tracks, that's the first track on it. You want to go play that in the club, you could. You could dance to any song, it's just to how you feel.
Yeah, for sure.
You could dance to any song. It don't matter. It ain't have to be a radio record or a club record. You could dance to any song.
So let me ask you this more specifically. When you making music, do you ever consider that?
Yeah, I got music for everything.
Is it ever like this one for the club, this one for the car, this one for depression? You know what I'm saying?
It's just like a natural thing. It's like whatever the beat is, whatever my mind said it, that I just deliver it, and it just be what it be. Like it's songs on there that I've been getting feedback from, that's on the EP that making people expressing how they're making them feel, and I didn't get those feelings. So it's like you got to listen to the EP because everybody's mindset and it set up differently. So like people that's used to the club bangers, you may listen to one of them songs on there and it may feel like you in the club. You can listen to it in the club. You may feel like that. Like it's versatile all through 1 through 12. Like different vibes, different feelings.
Why EP instead of an album or just doing singles? You know what I'm saying? Why EP?
First, this is my first project. Second, I have a real album that I consider a real album. Like in the vault right now after this EP.
Okay, for sure.
And the reason why I call it EP because a lot of people been getting on my case. Friends, family, everybody been getting on my case of calling it the EP. They really look at it as an album because how good a body of work it is from 1 through 12. And
I mean, but if you got an album in the vault, it is EP then. If you got the album in the vault. I got an
album in the vault, so they don't, but they don't, everybody not in tune with the music world didn't understand that, so yeah, that's why I called it the EP, but a lot of people call it an album because there's 12 songs and just the songs in general.
12 songs on the EP, what we getting, 24 on the album?
I don't know.
Oof.
I don't know, man. I keep writing there days. I don't know because even on the EP, it wasn't even 12 songs. It was stuff getting added.
It was 24. I just made it 12.
It's a lot though.
I tell his ass to do a deluxe for the album. Fuck it, do a deluxe.
For sure. Why not? Shit. I mean, I feel like all that shit when you carry yourself a certain way, you spoke to this many times today already. When you carry yourself a certain way, you put out, you know what I'm saying, a certain image. You know what I'm saying? You coming out with your EP, then you got your album in the vault, you know what I'm saying, then the deluxe, you know what I'm saying? It just sound right. You
gotta be mindful too though. You gotta be mindful of when you put out this image and you know what I'm saying, you present yourself a certain way, you can't be all everywhere, especially if you ain't established already.
Yeah.
So you gotta stick to one thing at a time. Once you get established, then you start exploring the world.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's what a lot of artists do though. Like when they make it into that industry, that's when they start working with different artists and they start expanding themselves. You know what I'm saying? But right now, when you trying to like build a fan base and you want people to like, you want them to be a fan of you before you get to doing all that. You don't want to be everywhere. It's good to be everywhere because you attract so many different people. It can come like a bundle. You feel me? But when you trying to like, I'm really trying to send a message.
Yeah,
I really am trying to send a message, like, for real. I'm trying to send a message in the game, like, for real.
And the way you doing it with having a blueprint and a goal, that's the best way to do it, to put everything down and then cross shit out one by one. That's the best way to do it, man. So before you get up out of here, man, with you doing everything you do, you know what I'm saying, do you ever get, you know what I'm saying, you overcame a lot, you know what I'm saying, you want to be able to speak all around the world. Do you ever get discouraged, man? Do you ever get anybody ever? You ever get a call that blow you? You done been through so much. Like now,
I'm gonna be real. Sure, I don't get it. You talking about as far as the music or
as far as life? I mean, you said you don't consider yourself a musician. You said you quit smoking the weed. Like how do you do it, shorty?
People gonna listen. I'm not here to be the most liked person. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as me as a person, now a lot of people probably feel some type of way about my actions and stuff like that. I'm not here to be liked. You know what I'm saying? But as far as music, I ain't never got nobody that, because you actually gotta go listen to it. Like on a personal note, you gotta go listen to the EP. You gonna know what I mean by it's real music where it can't be denied. Like you can't, and then it's good though. Like it's delivered.
That's the first thing I'm finna listen to when I get in the car. Pick the shorty up from school and I'm finna let you know.
And that's what I'm saying. And I promise you, 100%. I promise you gonna hit me up and say, bro,
let's do this part 2. I'm sure
because listen, you can't deny it. You can't deny good music. Even it don't matter if you're an artist. If you're not,
for sure.
You gon'
the other genres it be so. If that shit hot, if it's a rock and roll song, that shit hot.
Yeah, you gonna feel that good. You gonna feel that good music and be like, yeah, bro. Like I said, I never got a feedback or never got a call with saying like your music weak or this ain't it. Like so. I'm prepared for it. Like if it do happen,
because music still objective.
Like I said, if you know what I'm saying, somebody say that, it won't bother me because the type of person I am. I'm built around good energy, positive energy. So it's like, you know, but I ain't never got denied parts like music. Like even when I go do shows, like every time I perform, maybe it's the beginner's luck. I don't know, but nah, I ain't beginner's luck.
Because if that motherfucker throw a tomato at your ass quick.
Nah, but look, it's a lot of people, even with my shows, like anybody, even engineers I work with through the studio, they be like, this is like, it's different. It's different. It's good music. You're in your own lane. And I'm not just saying it because it's a billion artists out here.
Definitely.
And I'm just saying, as far as AMB Dirk Money though, different.
For sure.
Real. And the future, for real.
All right, man. Definitely appreciate you brothers coming through, man. I feel like I left a lot on the table, man. So we might have to do a part 2 quick. You know what I'm saying? Just to get that shit out. Appreciate you coming through. The EP sound dope. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I hear it, I'm definitely I'm gonna start posting reviews on my website for people music and shit for like their projects and shit. So I'm gonna definitely let you know about that. If y'all brothers could, let the people know where they can find y'all on social media, where they can find the music, where they can get up with y'all, that good shit.
You can find me at Instagram, AMB Money, Facebook, AMB Dirk.
Yeah, you find me. I only got Instagram, Snapchat. I ain't really got no Facebook, but you can find me Doncinio, DONCINEO, Doncinio. Yeah.
AMB Money, just AMB MONEY.
For sure. Appreciate that. Appreciate you brothers coming through. Enjoy the rest of your day. In a minute, gang.
All right.
Yeah.